Fashion has always been one of the greatest forms of outward self-expression, but what was once a collaborative expression of self has turned into something much darker in the modern age. Bigger companies are now the controllers of fashion trends. It is no longer the local seamstress with the needle and thread. With bigger companies dominating the fashion industry, bigger company marketing schemes are being applied to the fashion market to increase sales and revenue. Customers are advertising to their consumers without a cent being spent from any advertising department. This scheme is perpetuating what is known as fast fashion. This type of modern-day industry-level marketing tactics mean the media is heavily involved with clothes sales. Now that the media is part of the fashion industry, it is only natural that the industry has now adapted media-like qualities itself. The negative effects of fast fashion are now being encouraged through participatory culture on the internet.
When looking at fashion trends across the years, one can tell a lot about the age that the styles came from. The simple inseam length of a skirt can indicate periods of oppression and liberty. Certain fabric can indicate times of rationing or economic prosperity. Though this is true through history, something is uniquely different about the fashion trends of today. Instead of a handful of defining trends to mark each season, there are 52 micro-seasons that dominate the fashion market, making it hard for one to pinpoint the defining styles of the age. The rarity of buying a new dress has become a daily occurrence. In fact, in the United States alone in 2021, the average person bought around 70 new pieces of clothing each year. For a family of 5, that would be around 350 new pieces of clothes in a singular household.
How does this occur? The answer is fast fashion. At the pace that the fashion industry is at, and the amount of sales that it makes each year, this results in a huge distance between clothing sources and customers. Not many people think about who's making their clothes. In fact, many assume that they're machine-made. In reality, many clothes are produced in sweatshops, predominantly by young women in countries such as China, India, and Bangladesh. Since America has already gone through its Industrial Revolution, abolishing injustices like sweatshops and child labor in the process, many Americans forget that other countries around the world have not experienced the same liberation. Americans cannot and do not want to acknowledge the horrors of unregulated factory work that are still a present-day issue for many other countries. In a time where the clothing market boasts such low prices, people feel free to buy more than they need, but these low prices come at a higher cost: factory work.
What does this have to do with participatory culture? It seems like everyone is on their phone these days, which allows for fast fashion companies to use media for their benefit. By cracking into consumer culture and materialism, the fast fashion industry has made it so that internet users perpetuate sales without even realizing it. This phenomenon can be seen in the millions of haul videos that exist on the internet. With a quick search of fashion haul on any platform, one can see endless results. A simple click on any of these will let the viewer see a show and tell style video. They will likely see a singular person going through each item of clothing that they have recently purchased. These types of videos are a great place to watch participatory culture in action. The participatory nature in this type of video lies within the comment section and the description of the video. In the comment section, one will find contributions that were freely given by other viewers of the video.
In a time where the clothing market boasts such low prices, people feel free to buy more than they need, but these low prices come at a higher cost: factory work. In order to sell clothes at low prices, fast fashion companies outsource their factories in foreign countries, where they proceed to treat their workers inhumanely in every conceivable way. The marketing of this type of company has unfortunately evolved to have a mind of its own thanks to the internet. Participatory culture has taken a hold of fast fashion. By posting haul videos that display items of clothing, consumers are advertising to other consumers. This type of advertising only perpetuates a cycle of purchases that only benefits the fast fashion industry. Unfortunately, these consumers often have no idea what is happening behind the scenes of their clothing. They continue to live in a consumerist bubble.
The problem is not that consumers don't have the access to information. Through the internet, anyone is able to educate themselves on where their clothing comes from. However, people have to seek out that information. Whereas fast fashion companies have financial incentives to overwhelm users with advertisements for products they don't need. This is the beginning of the cycle of participatory culture, which enables the continued exploitation of garment workers. Once upon a time, there was a dream that the internet would make us smarter, more ethical people, but we have watched as the overwhelming amount of information advertising churned out daily makes it near impossible to discern the truth. Perhaps even more concerning, it normalizes avoiding these upsetting topics in favor of a way of living that prioritizes a picture-perfect, Instagram-ready life.